identify yourself.
Yes. Good afternoon. I'm Rainier from Philippine Star.
Rainier.
Sir, when you say tighter security measures, can you elaborate?
Yeah, thank you. For example, we're looking at greater deployment of more guards, certain locations. There are some places here, for example, the grade school in Loyola and high school where we can do this because of the entry points, certain entry points. And certain buildings, we will have to conduct some inspection, also random inspection of what people are carrying. Also here in the Loyola schools, we will be deploying more people, security, in other words. That's an example of tighter security measures. The usual, we've always required our students to wear their IDs while here on campus. So these things will still be maintained. But because of this, I think we need to be more sensitive and be more circumspect in the way we conduct ourselves when we are on campus.
Because there were dormers who were residing in the university dorms, Servini and Eliazo, who did not leave campus when the campus was already closed, and they only stayed there. May I ask, why were they allowed to stay on campus?
Oh,
They evacuated.
actually, remember we asked them to go home, but home is their dorm. So they could not really enter, so they were just asked to stay outside.
What security measures then were given to them while they were waiting for the bomb sweep of the dorms to be finished?
So they were the first to be swept. Like their buildings were the dorms were one of the first to be cleared. So they were in the evacuation areas outdoors, but the buildings were cleared first so that they can go back in as soon as possible.
And we have some leads here, and they're concrete leads that we're following.
Father, can you give a specific time where in the investigation you'll be able to give us an update about the investigation?
It really depends on the case. But it's not just, I think even the NBI at some point was here.
I'm sorry, I have to ask this. Do you feel there's a need to appease the probably concerns ng students or parents? Kasi after, for example, yung the student who was abducted last year and then bomb scare, so is there?
Oh yes. In fact, we're going to have a communication plan also for grade school, high school, and the other schools to process this well. Also, I mean, there are concerns still. You can see it in, I think, on the online world.
Yeah. So, sir, elaborate na po. I mean, what do you think? Just to at least.
Well, first of all, we have to explain. In fact, in the grade school, they're already asking how we can explain this to our parents, what happened. Well, right now, we know that for now it's a hoax. We found nothing. So we have to explain to the children, for example, why do hoaxes happen? Why do these things happen? And why this reaction? I think we will have to convey to our stakeholders that this is a more complex, difficult world we live in now. In the past, when we had these threats, when we had these scares, sometimes we were quite cavalier about it, but these days, we cannot afford to just let this pass. So we're serious about this, and therefore we will have to communicate that as well, the seriousness of the issue.
I think I'll add also that we'll stress that we have procedures in place whenever incidents like this happen. So in the case of the abduction, people knew what to do when processing the complaint, and then in the case of this bomb threat, so the evacuation procedures were in place.
But would you maintain, sir, that it's still a safe campus?
Oh yes. I'm actually proud of the way we conducted our evacuation today. We were timing it also. People thought this was just a drill, it was just practice. But said no, this is not a drill. And so we saw how people moved. So yeah, for me, that's the. We're also trying to strengthen our protocols. In fact, I was just talking to the Quezon City Police. We've already been having this training with our security forces, but I guess we just need to do it again and again, the training.
What sort of measures is the Megaforce or security agencies planning to do in the coming days, months, as an answer to this? Given that Father Megaforce, there's been a lot of cases and there's been an alleged kidnapping, I'm pretty sure that Ateneo community wants to really feel safe.
Well, I just saw them on the way here, and I think aside from what I mentioned already, the training that we need to go through, they know that we will deploy more, and so I think that it's very important that we choose the right people who can relate, who can do their work well. So I hope they have the people also that we can deploy. So training, there's no substitute for training itself. I hope that we can, well, that's Megaforce, on the part of the school, I think we need to impart to our students, being more careful, being more sensitive to these realities. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are now.
It's really dawning on the administration that it's bad enough that you really have to have these protocols and drills for fire, for earthquake. Now we come to realize that we have to prepare for bomb threats and, heaven forbid, shootings on campus. It's really just getting to be more and more complex, these things. But that is what the administration has to take away, to have all different types of drills and preparations for any eventuality.